while The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, brought audiences thrilling adventures and futuristic heroism, the real lives of many of its cast members were far from the triumphs depicted on screen. Behind the scenes, numerous actors faced hardships that starkly contrasted with their television personas, battling personal struggles, enduring unexpected accidents, fighting relentless illnesses, and ultimately meeting untimely and heartbreaking ends. In this video we honor and remember the 38 actors who once graced The Bionic Woman, but whose journeys were marked by adversity. Richard Anderson left a lasting impression on audiences with his portrayal of Oscar Goldman in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978. A wise and commanding character, Oscar played a crucial role in the world of superhumans, and Anderson's performance, coupled with his role in The $6 Million Man, cemented his place as a beloved figure in television. Known for his dignified presence and professional acting style, Anderson became a familiar face to fans. While Anderson enjoyed a successful career in film and television, his personal life was marked by challenges. He experienced 2 marriages, first to Carol Lee Ladd and then to Catherine Thalberg, both of which ended in divorce. Though he was the father of 3 daughters, his commitment to his career often created emotional distance from them. With his refined appearance and considerable wealth, including a mansion in Beverly Hills and an impressive collection of vintage cars, Anderson seemed to have it all. Yet, in his later years, he was affected by loneliness, as many of his close friends passed away. Although Anderson did not experience severe health issues or long-term illnesses, his later years were spent in quiet solitude. He passed away on August 31, 2017, at the age of 91 from natural causes, marking the end of a significant chapter in television history. His death left a void, but his legacy as a talented and dedicated artist remains intact. Ford Rainey made his mark in The Bionic Woman with his portrayal of Jim Elgin, a sincere and affectionate father figure. Known for his natural acting style and calm demeanor, Rainey brought depth to the character, making Jim Elgin an emotional anchor for Jamie Summers. His career spanned decades, and he left a significant legacy in television. Despite his professional success, Rainey's personal life was not without its struggles. His long marriage to Sheila Rainey was stable, yet often strained, as his career remained his top priority. His devotion to his work created emotional distance from his children. However, Rainey found contentment in simple pleasures, enjoying peaceful moments in his Malibu home and nurturing his collection of vintage cars. As Rainey entered his later years, his health began to decline. A debilitating stroke left him unable to recover fully, and he required constant care from his family. Despite his fame and accomplishments, Rainey carried regrets regarding his personal life. He passed away on July 25, 2005, at the age of 96 due to complications from the stroke. His death closed the chapter on a long and accomplished career, leaving behind a cherished legacy among fans and colleagues alike. Martin E. Brooks made a lasting impact with his portrayal of Dr. Rudy Wells in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978. As the brilliant scientist behind the groundbreaking technological enhancements, Brooks' authentic performance gave depth to Rudy Wells, making him an essential character in the world of superhumans. Although frequently cast in supporting roles, Brooks consistently demonstrated professionalism and dedication, earning the admiration of both his peers and his audience. Behind the scenes, Brooks lived a relatively solitary life. He never married or had children, dedicating much of his time to his artistic endeavors, including his unpublished literary works. While financially stable with a modest home in Los Angeles and a few personal assets, Brooks did not achieve the wealth or fame of some of his contemporaries. Nevertheless, he remained dedicated to his craft, even when he felt his contributions were not fully recognized. In his later years, Brooks retreated from the public eye, living in seclusion and focusing on writing. He passed away on December 7, 2015, at the age of 90 from natural causes. While he did not face any dramatic setbacks or tragedies, his passing left a sense of loss. His contributions to The Bionic Woman and his lasting impact on audiences remain part of his enduring legacy. Martha Scott made her mark with her role as Helen Elgin in The Bionic Woman, portraying a gentle, warm, and loving mother figure. Her character was an important emotional support for Jamie Summers, adding depth to the series. Not only successful on television, Scott also had a distinguished career on stage and in film, respected for her talent and dedication to the arts. Though successful on screen, Scott's personal life faced numerous challenges. She married composer Mel Powell, and while their relationship was strong, financial pressures and career demands often created tension in the family. A devoted mother with a passion for acting, Scott often found herself torn between family obligations and her career. As Hollywood increasingly turned away from older actresses, she faced isolation and difficulty in finding roles. In her later years, Scott witnessed the passing of many close friends, and her own health began to decline, leading to a quieter life. While her assets were modest compared to some of her peers, she maintained her dignity and love for the craft. She passed away on May 28, 2003, at the age of 90, from natural causes. Her death left a deep sense of loss among her fans and colleagues, closing the life of a talented actress who gave her all to her profession. Christian Jutner, who portrayed Teddy in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, was a familiar face in American television during the 1970s. With his natural acting ability and youthful innocence, he made a lasting impression on audiences. However, like many child actors, Jutner faced difficulties transitioning to adulthood and struggled to find significant roles, which led him to leave Hollywood and abandon his acting career. Unlike many former child stars, Jutner did not fall into financial ruin or scandal. He lived a simple and private life, owning a modest home in Yucca Valley, California, with a net worth of around $500,000. He never married or had children, spending much of his time enjoying his private life away from the spotlight. Though no longer active in the entertainment industry, he remained a memorable name for those who followed him as a child actor. On November 29, 2024, Jutner passed away from natural causes at the age of 60. His death did not attract much attention, but for those who fondly remembered him on screen, it was a sad loss. Though his life after acting remained mostly unknown, his childhood roles remain a part of many viewers' memories. Christopher Stone made his mark with his role as Chris Williams in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, a strong and devoted character who contributed to the series' appeal. Though he did not achieve the height of fame, Stone was recognized as a reliable actor with notable roles in both television and film. His career spanned several decades, with impressive performances in thrillers and action films. In his personal life, Stone married actress Dee Wallace, star of E.T. the Extraterrestrial, and they had a daughter, Gabrielle Stone, who later pursued acting and writing. Despite their shared passion for the profession, both struggled to balance their careers with family life, leading to periods of distance. Financially, Stone owned a house in Los Angeles and a few personal assets, with an estimated net worth of about $1 million. Unfortunately, Christopher Stone's life was tragically cut short when he passed away from a heart attack on October 20, 1995, at the age of 53. His sudden death left his family, friends, and fans deeply saddened. Although he was not a massive star, his legacy in the entertainment industry remains remembered, particularly through his devoted performances and authentic acting style. Don Porter, who portrayed Dr. James Courtney in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, was a veteran actor with a long and impressive career spanning film, television, and stage. His role in this series was part of his outstanding performances, solidifying Porter's reputation in the entertainment industry. In addition, he stood out with many memorable television roles, building a respected career in the industry. Unlike many Hollywood stars, Porter had a stable and happy family life, having been married to actress Peggy Converse for many decades. Together, they raised 2 children and maintained a strong, lasting relationship. Financially, Porter achieved success and stability, owning a beautiful home in Beverly Hills and an impressive collection of vintage cars. His net worth was estimated at around $4 million, and his properties continued to be managed by his family after his passing. Porter passed away on February 11, 1997, at the age of 84, from natural causes, leaving behind a solid legacy of professionalism and relentless dedication to his acting career. Although no longer active in the industry, his contributions to film and television will always be remembered by audiences and colleagues. Jack Kelly, who played Charles Keyes in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, is best known for his lead role in Maverick, but later shifted his career to politics as acting opportunities dwindled. Despite early success, Kelly struggled to find meaningful roles in the later years of his career and decided to serve the community. He became a member of the city council and later the mayor of Huntington Beach, California, a turning point in his life and career. Kelly's personal life also faced many challenges, including 2 failed marriages, first to actress Mae Wynn and then to Joan Smith. He had a daughter, Nicole, from his first marriage, although their relationship was reportedly strained. Financially, Kelly lived comfortably in a home in Huntington Beach and owned a few personal vehicles, with an estimated net worth of around $2 million. Although he successfully reinvented himself in politics, Kelly faced significant health issues in his later years. After suffering a stroke, he passed away on November 7, 1992, at the age of 65. His contributions to the entertainment industry and the community will always be remembered, even though his life ended amidst significant career and health challenges. John Houseman, who portrayed Dr. Franklin in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, was one of the key figures in the American entertainment industry with a distinguished career. A Romanian immigrant, he rose to prominence as an actor, producer, and writer, winning an Oscar for The Paper Chase and producing many classic films and plays. Houseman's career was marked by his talent and dedication to the arts, but his personal life was filled with challenges. He was married 3 times, with his first marriage to actress Zita Johann ending in divorce, and his second marriage to Joan Courtney facing difficulties despite having a son together. The stern and resolute producer was known for being emotionally distant, which created many challenges in his personal relationships. However, Houseman still owned an impressive estate, including a beachfront home in Malibu and a valuable vintage car collection, bringing his net worth to approximately $6 million. Although he remained active in the film industry until the later years of his life, Houseman's health deteriorated significantly as he fought a battle with spinal cancer. He passed away on October 31, 1988, at the age of 86, leaving behind a great legacy in the entertainment industry, though his life was full of personal struggles and the pain of battling illness. George Maharis, who portrayed Sergeant Bob Welton in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, was a well-known actor for his role as Buzz Murdoch in Route 66. Although he began his career with great success, Maharis faced many challenges. One of the biggest shocks of his career was being forced to leave Route 66 due to hepatitis, which severely impacted his acting career. While he continued to take on various roles in television and film, Maharis' reputation was tarnished by personal scandals, including being arrested in 1967 and 1974 for inappropriate public behavior. In his personal life, Maharis never married and had no children. He chose a private life, almost reclusive in his later years. Financially, he owned an elegant home in Beverly Hills and an expensive collection of vintage cars, with an estimated net worth of around $5 million. Despite attempting a comeback in acting, past controversies overshadowed his later career. Maharis spent his final years in solitude, avoiding the spotlight and living a quiet life. He passed away on May 24, 2023, at the age of 94, due to complications from hepatitis. Despite a career filled with notable achievements, his life was marked by ups and downs and unforgettable controversies. Dennis Patrick, who portrayed Carlton Harris in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, was a respected supporting actor with a solid career in television, most notably in Dark Shadows and Dallas. Despite his professional success, his personal life faced many setbacks. His relationship with actress Barbara Kaysen, although lasting until the end of his life, was always marked by tension and ups and downs, and they had no children. In his later years, Patrick's life was often associated with loneliness. Financially, he lived in a modest home in Hollywood Hills and owned a personal car collection, with an estimated net worth of around $1.5 million. However, his final years were marked by a tragic event. A fire broke out in his home, trapping him inside. He died from smoke inhalation on October 13, 2002, at the age of 84, marking a sorrowful end to his life and career. Lew Ayres, who portrayed Dr. Elijah Cooper in The Bionic Woman, 1976 to 1978, was a talented actor who had a tumultuous career. Best known for his role in All Quiet on the Western Front, 1930, Ayres was not only famous for his talent but also for his strong anti-war stance during World War II, declaring himself a conscientious objector. This decision led to Hollywood blacklisting him and nearly ruined his rising career. However, Ayres persevered, continuing his acting career for decades. His personal life was also complicated. Ayres was married 3 times, first to actress Lola Lane and then to Hollywood legend Ginger Rogers, both marriages ending in divorce. His third marriage to Diana Hall lasted until his death, and they had a son together, Justin, whom Ayres cherished deeply. Financially, Ayres owned a house in Los Angeles and a rare collection of vintage cars, with an estimated net worth of around $3 million. Later in life, Ayres shifted his focus to philosophy and humanitarian activities, distancing himself from the spotlight. In his final years, he faced serious health issues, and after a long coma, he passed away on December 30, 1996, at the age of 88. Lew Ayres' illustrious career and tumultuous life left a lasting impression on his fans. Roger Perry, who portrayed Dr. Thomas Tharpe in The Bionic Woman in 1976, had a notable acting career but faced many personal fluctuations. After early success, he went through 2 marriages, the first to actress Jo Ann Worley, which ended after many years of conflict. His second marriage to Joyce Bulifant brought stability, although he often expressed regrets over his strained relationship with his only son from the first marriage. Although Perry continued acting for many decades, his career never reached the peak he had hoped for, and he sometimes felt overshadowed by more prominent colleagues. Financially, he owned a house in Los Angeles and a collection of memorabilia from his television days, though he never considered himself wealthy. His estate, valued at approximately $3 million, was carefully managed by his family after his death. In his later years, Perry's life was heavily affected by prostate cancer, a battle he fought valiantly until his death on July 12, 2018, at the age of 85. His final years were a difficult struggle as the disease drained him physically and mentally. Nonetheless, he is remembered for his long acting career and his contributions to the entertainment industry. James Olsen, who portrayed Rod Kyler in The Bionic Woman in 1977, had a notable yet tumultuous career. A quiet man dedicated to his acting profession, Olsen never married, believing that his acting career was the top priority in his life. Although he had a few romantic relationships, none lasted, and in his later years, Olsen often expressed regret over not having a family of his own. His career peaked in the 1970s and 1980s, but by the 1990s, roles became scarcer, leading to financial instability. Despite this, Olsen maintained a fairly stable financial life thanks to real estate and his valuable car collection, which included a rare 1965 Aston Martin and a classic Cadillac. His net worth was estimated at around $4 million. Later, Olsen settled in Malibu, where he could indulge his passion for vintage cars, but in his final years, declining health and loneliness took a significant toll on his spirit. He passed away on April 17, 2022, at the age of 91 from natural causes, leaving behind a career full of highs and lows and a life largely secluded but filled with a passion for classic cars and the arts. John Reilly, who played Hobber in The Bionic Woman in 1977, was a beloved television actor, but his personal life and career were not without their challenges. He married Liz Reilly, and they had a daughter, Caitlin. While their marriage lasted for decades, financial difficulties, declining health, and pressures from the Hollywood industry created much stress in the family. His busy work schedule kept him away from home, which affected his relationship with his daughter. Financially, Reilly built a stable life, owning a house in Beverly Hills and a collection of personal memorabilia, with a net worth of about $2 million. However, this was modest compared to some of his more successful peers. In his later years, his health issues, particularly heart attacks, became more serious, leaving him weaker. Despite receiving care from his family, he never fully recovered. John Reilly passed away on January 9, 2021, at the age of 86, from a heart attack, ending a life filled with challenges but also significant contributions to the entertainment industry. Skip Homeier, who played Chief Investigator Gregory in The Bionic Woman in 1976, was a talented actor but faced many struggles in his career and personal life. Initially rising as a child star, Homeier encountered a major challenge in transitioning from teenage roles to adult parts, feeling typecast in the film industry. Although he married Nancy Van Norden Field and had 2 children, their relationship was not easy due to his dissatisfaction with his unstable career and the financial struggles tied to limited work in Hollywood. Homeier's assets included a small home and a personal car collection, with an estimated net worth of around $1.5 million, modest compared to many of his more famous peers. In his later years, he struggled with spinal disease, which caused chronic pain and limited his mobility. After a life full of challenges and career disappointments, Skip Homeier passed away on June 25, 2017, at the age of 86, ending a life filled with effort but also marked by difficulties and sorrow. Jim McMullen, who portrayed Casey in The Bionic Woman, 1976, had a charm and talent that made him suited for leading roles but never achieved the breakthrough success he hoped for. While his guest appearances garnered attention, they weren't enough to push his career forward. McMullen's personal life was fairly stable as he married Helene McMullen, who stood by him until the end of his life. However, not having children was a silent sorrow for him, which became more evident when reflecting on his life's journey. With a comfortable home in Los Angeles and a few personal vehicles, his net worth was estimated at around $2 million. However, the later years of his life were overshadowed by ALS, a debilitating disease that gradually robbed him of his ability to move and speak, making him fully dependent on his wife for care. Despite the physical pain, Helene remained by his side, caring for him until the end. He passed away on May 31, 2019, at the age of 82 due to ALS complications, and his assets were preserved by his wife as a testament to the life they built together. His once vibrant presence quietly disappeared in a painful struggle, leaving a large void in the hearts of those who loved him. Warren J. Kemmerling, who played Warden Cooper in The Bionic Woman in 1977, had a long career in the film industry, but often took on smaller roles, which led him to feel unappreciated despite decades of dedication. His personal life was full of turmoil, including 2 failed marriages and a strained relationship with his only son, who felt angry and abandoned by his father's absence during childhood. Kemmerling spent his later years in solitude, living in seclusion and rarely appearing in public. His assets were modest, consisting of a small home in Los Angeles and a collection of vintage cars, with a net worth of around $1 million. Health issues and regret over his broken family relationships deepened his isolation. After his passing on January 3, 2005, at the age of 80, his son reportedly sold off many of his personal items, severing any ties to his father's legacy. Despite a long career, Warren J. Kemmerling left this world without the recognition he deserved for his contributions. Spencer Milligan, who played Reed in The Bionic Woman, 1976, is best known for his role in Land of the Lost. However, after years of feeling underappreciated and poorly paid in Hollywood, he decided to abandon his acting career. Discontent with the industry, he was not shy about speaking out against the unfair treatment he faced and ultimately moved to Wisconsin in search of a quieter life, focusing on teaching theater. Even so, he still felt he never received the respect he deserved as a true artist. In his personal life, Milligan never married and had no children, a decision he sometimes regretted as he lived in solitude. His assets included a modest home and a collection of personal belongings, valued at around $1 million. Although he found peace in a simpler life, he still carried bitterness about his experiences in Hollywood. After his passing on April 18, 2024, at the age of 86, his estate went to distant relatives as he had no direct family to inherit his belongings. His career, marked by artistic passion, was overshadowed by his disappointment with the film industry. Bernard Behrens, who portrayed Beaumont in The Bionic Woman, 1977, was a respected actor in the theater and television community, though he never achieved widespread fame. With professionalism and dedication, Behrens gave his all to his craft, but the lack of broader recognition was something he quietly struggled with throughout his career. His personal life was also not without challenges, as he married actress Deborah Cass, and his commitment to his acting work created emotional distance from his family, particularly his son. He lived in Toronto, owning a cozy home and several vehicles, with an estimated net worth of around $1.5 million. However, when health issues forced him to retire from acting, Behrens faced the painful realization of losing the creative fulfillment he had once found in his beloved profession. After his death on September 19, 2012, at the age of 85, his family took care of his estate, preserving his legacy in the entertainment industry. Behrens' life, though lacking widespread recognition, was defined by talent, dedication, and a quiet pain of being overlooked by the industry he devoted himself to. Katherine Helmont, who portrayed Dr. Harkins in The Bionic Woman, 1977, was a talented and beloved actress throughout her career. She achieved great success in the entertainment industry, but behind the spotlight, her personal life was full of struggles. Helmont was married to David Christian for over 5 decades, a strong relationship but not without its strains due to work commitments. She chose not to have children, a decision she later admitted left her feeling lonely in her later years. Despite her success in Hollywood, Helmont always feared aging in an industry that is unforgiving of age, causing her profound insecurity. With a net worth of approximately $5 million, Helmont owned a house in Los Angeles and personal possessions, but her life slowly dimmed under the shadow of Alzheimer's disease. This illness gradually took away her intellect and vibrant personality, requiring constant care from her loving husband. Katherine Helmont passed away on February 23, 2019, at the age of 89, from complications related to Alzheimer's, leaving behind a profound artistic legacy and a life full of loneliness and unspoken sorrow. Vito Scotti, who played Romero in The Bionic Woman, 1976, was a talented character actor known for his career spanning several decades. Though beloved on screen, his personal life wasn't entirely bright. Scotty was married to Irene, and they had 2 children, but his devotion to his acting career often kept him away, creating distance in the family relationship. Despite always struggling with Hollywood's instability and taking on numerous small roles to make a living, he maintained a modest home in Woodland Hills, California, and kept a collection of memorabilia from his long years in the profession. His estate, worth around $1 million, was left to his family, who continued to preserve his valuable keepsakes. In his later years, Scotty fought lung cancer, and as his health declined, he withdrew from the public eye. Vito Scotti passed away on June 5, 1996, at the age of 78, leaving behind a long career with memorable supporting roles, though his personal life was full of unspoken ups and downs. David Apatoshu, who portrayed Mr. Satari in The Bionic Woman, 1977, was a respected actor and screenwriter in the film and television industry. Despite a steady career with many notable roles, Apatoshu always felt overshadowed by bigger names and that his talent wasn't fully appreciated in an industry that prioritized fame over skill. His marriage to Lillian Weinberg lasted many years, but his busy career and relentless ambition created an emotional distance, leaving their relationship lacking a deep connection. Although he had a son, Danny, his relationship with him was also somewhat distant. Financially, he was quite comfortable with an estate worth around $2 million, owning a home in Los Angeles and a personal collection of memorabilia. However, as his health declined, Apatoshu withdrew from public life and lived in solitude in his later years. He passed away on April 30, 1996, at the age of 78, due to natural causes. Though he didn't reach extraordinary career heights, Apatoshu left a legacy of talent and dedication to his craft throughout his working years. Melinda Fee, who played Tammy Cross in The Bionic Woman, 1977, had a promising start in Hollywood but never achieved the level of fame she had hoped for. Although she had steady work on television, including roles in long-running shows like Guiding Light, she felt like she was constantly struggling for recognition in an industry that favored younger, more marketable stars. Her marriage faced many troubles, with periods of separation and no children, leading to an increasing sense of loneliness as she grew older. She lived a modest life, owning a small house in Los Angeles with a few personal possessions, and her estate was estimated at around $1.5 million. However, as her health declined in her later years, she withdrew from public life and lived in solitude, grappling with the sadness of not being fully recognized for her potential. Melinda Fee passed away on March 24, 2020, at the age of 77, from natural causes, ending a quiet life with a promising career that never reached its full potential. Jack Jing, who played Inspector Hanson in The Bionic Woman, 1976, had a steady acting career but never reached the leading man status he had hoped for. Despite being a former football player with a strong build, he was often cast in supporting roles rather than leading parts, which left him feeling frustrated. Jing's personal life was also filled with challenges, having gone through 3 marriages, with the first 2 ending in bitter divorces and a strained relationship with his children. His third marriage to Sharon Ramona Thompson brought stability, but his past failures as a husband and father haunted him. Financially, Jack Jing lived comfortably with a home in Palm Springs, and his estate was valued at around $2 million. However, chronic pain from football injuries affected his life, forcing him to live quietly and in seclusion in his later years. Jack Jing passed away on September 10, 2022, at the age of 90, from natural causes, closing a life filled with challenges and regrets but leaving a lasting mark with his performances on screen. Rebecca Balding, known for her role as Parker in The Bionic Woman, 1976, had a promising career but never achieved the heights she had hoped for. While she had a stable job on television, she often saw lead roles being taken by more famous actresses, leaving her feeling overlooked and disappointed. Although married to screenwriter and director James L. Conway, her life was not without struggles. She often lamented missed career opportunities and decided not to have children, a choice she regretted throughout her life. In her later years, Rebecca battled ovarian cancer. The loneliness grew heavier, especially as her health deteriorated. Despite having a stable financial life, she never felt completely satisfied with what she had achieved. In Park City, Utah, where she lived in a modest yet comfortable home, Rebecca kept mementos from her career as a way to reflect on her challenging journey. As her health continued to deteriorate, she quietly withdrew from public attention, spending her final days reflecting on life. Rebecca Balding passed away on July 18, 2022, at the age of 73, leaving behind a legacy that was not only marked by her performances but also by her resilience in the face of illness and personal struggles. William Bryant, who portrayed Captain Jetton in The Bionic Woman, 1976, was an actor who spent decades in Hollywood but never achieved the success he had hoped for. Despite having a recognizable face, Bryant was often cast in supporting roles and felt unfulfilled professionally. His career never reached its peak, leaving him frustrated and unappreciated. His personal life was also filled with hardship, with 2 failed marriages, both influenced by his excessive focus on acting and financial instability. His relationship with his son also became strained due to career tensions and long absences. Financially, William Bryant lived a modest life, owning only a small house in Los Angeles and a collection of film memorabilia, but he never accumulated much wealth. His estate, valued at around $1 million, became a point of contention among family members. In his later years, he battled cancer, which took a toll on him physically and mentally. His life ended on June 26, 2001, at the age of 77, closing a life filled with regrets and sorrow, but also leaving a mark with his humble performances on screen. Which actor from The Bionic Woman made the deepest impression on you? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for the latest updates.